It's been described as the biggest leak in history, a rare insight into a world that normally exists in the shadows. The Panama Papers, revealing the secrets of how the world's most rich and powerful deal with so-called dirty money, through financial loopholes and shell companies. In 2014, a whistleblower handed over internal files from the Panama-based law firm Mossack Fonseca to a German newspaper. The scale was enormous, 11.5 million documents. In 2010, WikiLeaks' Cablegate leak was 1.7 gigabytes of data. The Panama Papers were 2.6 terabytes. It took hundreds of journalists a year to sift through the documents. They show how Mossack Fonseca helps clients launder money, dodge sanctions, and avoid taxes. The papers implicate dozens of the world's political and business leaders, and their revelations have already had consequences. Sigmundur Gunnlaugsson, Iceland's Prime Minister, the first major casualty of the Panama Papers. They revealed he once owned, and his wife still owns, an offshore investment company that had multi-million-dollar claims on Iceland's failed banks. After public outrage and protest, he resigned. And it's likely the tip of the iceberg. The papers link 12 current or former heads of state to offshore accounts. Though not named directly, the papers show close friends of Russian President Vladimir Putin moved an estimated $2 billion through banks and shadow companies. British Prime Minister David Cameron was forced to issue a statement on his family's personal tax after his late father was named as having an offshore account. And Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's children have been linked to offshore accounts worth millions of dollars. He has called for a judicial inquiry into his family holdings. Links have also been made to the war in Syria. The papers show the Syrian regime dodged international sanctions, using shadow companies to get fuel from 3 companies that are blacklisted. The revelations in the Panama Papers are immense, shocking, and potentially embarrassing. But just how incriminating are they? Mossack Fonseca helps its clients avoid tax through legal loopholes, exploiting the difference between avoidance and evasion. Tax evasion is the illegal non-payment or underpayment of tax, while avoidance is the arrangement of one's financial affairs to minimise tax liability within the law. Mossack Fonseca says the only illegal activity proven here was the hacking of its private data.
We have already lodged a complaint, and there is a government institution looking at the issue. They are helping us to identify what happened and how to close the system so it doesn't happen again.
The Panama Papers have shown the inner workings of firms like Mossack Fonseca, and just how easy it is for the wealthy and political elite to conceal their wealth. Government investigations into any financial wrongdoing are underway, but so far, the questions raised by the leaks remain largely ethical. Yvette McCullough, The Newsmakers.